Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, and welcome to Penn Vicarage. Thank you so much for joining us for today, and I hope you find this Bible talk helpful for this morning. And I hope you are well and cheerful today. Man, bless you all. We continue today our adventure through the Psalms, and today is Psalm 141. Psalm 141 is, as you can imagine, in the last book, the book 5 of the 5 books of the Psalms. It's in a series of Psalms we're going through at the moment, all Psalms specifically written by David. The language of it is very similar to Psalm 140, but there's a big difference I'll share about in a minute. So the Psalm 140 is very much part of a group. So Psalm 140 and Psalm 141 use lots of very similar words and language and so on. But anyway, Psalm 141, here goes. I call upon you, O Lord, come quickly to me. Give ear to my voice when I call to you. Let my prayer be counted as incense before you, and the lifting up of my hands as an evening sacrifice. Set a guard over my mouth, O Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Do not turn my heart to any evil, to busy myself with wicked deeds, in company with those who work iniquity. Do not let me eat of their delicacies. Let the righteous strike me. Let the faithful correct me. Never let the order of the wicked anoint my head, for my prayer is continually against their wicked deeds. When they are given over to those who shall condemn them, then they shall learn that my words are pleasant. My words were pleasant. Like a rock that one breaks apart and shatters on the land, so shall their bones be strewn at the mouth of Sheol. But my eyes are turned towards you, O God, my Lord. In you I seek refuge. Do not leave me defenseless. Keep me from the trap they have laid for me, and from the snares of evildoers. Let the wicked fall into their nets, while I alone escape. And this is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Okay, so Psalm 141. I've already explained it's very similar in its language to Psalm 140, but it has quite a different take on it. It's in essentially 4 sections. Verses 1 and 2 is like an opening prayer, opening plea. I call upon you, O Lord, let my prayer be like incense, and so on. So 1 and 2 is like a sort of opening plea, like a sort of, morning Lord, that kind of thing. And an opening plea to God to help him. Verses 3 to 5 are a prayer for protection, asking God to protect him. Verses 6 to 7 are all about the wicked, I think. We'll come back to that in a minute. And the end of the last verse is like a final prayer again for protection again. So that's the kind of the 4 sections. There's 1 and 1 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 7, and 8 to 10. It's the 4 sections it fits into. The paragraphs are slightly different in the Bible you may have in front of you, but that's essentially the way it works out. So we'll take the sections one at a time. First, we have this kind of opening plea to God. I call upon you, O Lord, come quickly to me. Please help me and help make it quick. And it's a lovely give ear to my voice when I call to you. So I'm calling to you now. And this is lovely, this. Let my prayer be counted as incense before you. And the rising, you can imagine the smoke going up, can't you? As the smoke goes up, can you imagine my prayers going up? And the lifting of my hands, he's lifting his hands as an evening sacrifice. So you've got this lovely picture that he's praying and he's saying, like my hands are going up, like the incense is going up, can my prayer be like that? And of course, a sacrifice was really kind of when God accepted what it was all about, what God accepted really. So in the same way as the prayers going up, as my hands going up, and as the sacrifice is accepted, please can my prayer be like that. It's just that saying, here I am, Lord, I'm calling on you now, please listen to me and listen to me fast, and let my prayers be as rising like my hands, rising like the incense, and it can be accepted a bit like the morning sacrifice. So it's a lovely picture here really, verses 1 to 2 of God help me now, and may my prayer be like the incense. It's a kind of lovely thing really. Then verses 3 to 5. I think interesting here, we have again David talking about enemies and this type of stuff. But actually it's something very different here. This is a very different, although the language is quite similar to 140, it has a very different take on it. Usually when David talks about enemies, he's talking about external things. So he's talking about the Amalekites or some Moabites or something like that, or whatever enemies it may be, or it could be somebody plotting, some group plotting against him, or it could be some people have been devious or some evildoers or whatever it will be. This psalm is very different because actually this psalm is really about the enemy's inside himself, because he is aware that in his life he is able to do good and he's able to do bad. David was an amazing king, but this is also the man who had an affair with Bathsheba, one of his chief military men's, chief general's wives. And then when she became pregnant and he couldn't pin it on her husband, he basically had him sent to the Russian front and killed. So essentially adultery went to kind of murder, really. And so David was, like we all are, a fallen character. And David is basically praying to God to protect him from bad, protecting him from going in bad ways, because he knows that the enemies for him are inside as well as out. And actually for him, and it's important for us to remember really, that we can easily blame we're quite good at blaming other people when things go wrong. But actually what David is praying for here is that God would in the words of Jesus, lead us not into temptation. That he's aware that there are temptations, and please, oh God, may I be kept in the right way. And this is the thing, let the righteous strike me, but the faithful correct me. So he's basically saying, please Lord correct me, but also can your people correct me as well. And actually there's something really important about church here really. That actually we need each other. I've said many times from the pulpit and in the church that one of the greatest gifts God's given to us is each other. And what he's basically saying is, may righteous people guide me. And actually we need people to guide us. We don't just get guidance from heaven through writing in the clouds or through the Bible or something, that we do get that. We get guidance from the Bible. Actually what we need is guidance from other people too. And so when he says here, let the righteous strike me, let the faithful correct me, he's saying, Lord, guide me. So he's talking about enemies here, but it's not enemies from outside, the Amalekites or his son Absalom or anything, or plotters or anything like that. He's talking about the enemies that are inside us. And we need actually to pray today that God will keep us, lead us not into temptation. That help me, God, set a guard over my mouth. Stop me saying stupid things. And don't let me busy myself with wicked deeds, but instead let the righteous people guide me. So he's talking here about enemies, but it's very much and actually we need to guard that ourselves and make sure that God's keeping us in the right way too. Verses 6 to 7 are difficult because apparently they are notoriously difficult to translate, and they can be translated in several ways, I believe. But essentially, what he's talking here, I think, is about please guide me the right way, because the end of the wicked is not good. Those who guide our wicked ways, it's not good for them. So essentially, what he's saying here in verses 6 to 7, also to just translate difficult, is problematic. He's basically saying the end of the wicked is good, so please, Lord, keep me in the right way. And then verses 8 to 10 at the end, he kind of tops and tails it here by saying, but my eyes are turned towards you, O God. In you I seek refuge. Keep me from the trap that they've left me, or whatever. So what he's basically saying is, Lord, my eyes are on you. Please keep my eyes upon you. And whatever sort of internal trap may be going on inside myself, please keep my eyes on you. Because he's aware that we can set traps for ourselves till we can do stupid things. We can make bad choices and so on. And the evildoers, that can be us. So he's saying, please, Lord, keep me in the right way. My eyes are on you, but please keep them on the right way. Please guard my mouth. Stop me saying stupid things. Stop me doing stupid things. Because the wicked fall into their own into their own nets. But I want to make sure I escape. So please, Lord, guide me. There's that lovely anthem that we sing, which I think it's Psalm 5. Lead me, Lord, lead me in your righteousness. Make my way straight before my face. For it is you, Lord only, that maketh me dwell in safety. So again, my friends, let's pray to God that God will guide us from enemies within as well as without. That God will keep our eyes focused on him. That we will allow the godly people to correct us and keep us in the right way. And that way, God will preserve us from all evil and guide us to eternal life. Friends, I hope that makes sense. God bless you. Another psalm tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your Wednesday. Enjoy the sunshine and have a lovely day. And God bless you. And thank you for watching. And as I say, do please share these messages with your friends so they can enjoy them too. Bless you and thanks for watching.